All right, so internet issues, life issues, whatnot. I had to take the UK turn uh, on my mobile app and couldn't really see what I was doing and just kind of moved people real quick because it was the last second before I timed out. Um, Regardless, I'll be honest, the India battle really took it out of me in this game. All this bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing and bombing in the India battle really kind of took it out on me. I'm ready to throw in the towel just about for this game. Um, I mean, that being said, I put so much time into this game that I really don't want to just throw it in without at least making the dice roll and see what happens. So I just need to try and get as much pressure onto Berlin as fast as I can in essence. And I'll be honest, I'm not thinking this out too heavily. I'm just playing. So, um, yeah, I mean, the things he did, he's going ahead and setting up for a strong try and take and stack of Ukraine while at the same time having the Japan pressure so that he'll be able to move Japan in and stack them. He did go ahead and move into Nova, which I thought he could have done a turn earlier. Um, yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah. He took Alaska up here and Hawaii at the same time, kind of splitting where do I want to send my sub to, and it threatens West USA no matter what. And he built another bomber so that the bomber can hit West USA with these guys. So yeah, again, yeah. Um, I'm gonna quasi have this dead zone. I'm gonna pull guys out of here because since India failed and he's able to build more units here, and he's just gonna be able to pull more units through, and um, he's gonna win Africa. I'm gonna go ahead and pull units out and just to try and bounce them up this way as quickly as we can. Gonna leave enough to dead zone here for one more turn at least, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a bomber back up to this way, and hopefully that bomber can threaten here to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, he's gonna pull another transport and land his bomber there, so that really won't threaten unless I get him all the way back to there. Which I don't believe I can. Now that I'm looking at it. And if I take my sub here, he can attack 1v1. Would he do that? He might. Nah, whatever. I'm overthinking this. This game's already lost. I'm thinking too hard. So we're building a bunch of dudes, is what we're doing. Nothing else. Obviously, he's putting a lot of pressure on C-Zone 3, so I did need to do some calculations on what I need there. And I need one fighter up there. And, you know what? That might not be right either now that I look at it. So, yeah, no, we're just going to send one. It's risky. Everything's risky. We're just going to play. Click, clack, click, clack, clickety, clack, clack, clack. Wait, I don't need to do that anymore. If we're going this way, might as well. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4. If 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. No, I need them in range of there. I can't quite hit Germany yet. Bomb Germany yet this turn. Because I'm going to land them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to be able to get to there in 5. I mean, landing there I could, but we are dead if we land there. 6. Yeah, that's not close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not close enough. If I could get the UK, it would have been close enough. But I can't get the UK either, so I can't quite bomb Germany and dead zone down here. So, what do we do? I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do that. That we can do. That we can do. That guy's gonna be my dead guy there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. What the hell? Why not? And what can we do with these two guys? They're bored. They want to do something. They want to die as well, like everybody else. Let's see. Okay, we can hit these two guys. Why do I want to risk my bombers on Japan? I mean, Japan's rich and they're only gonna get richer. It's not like they can't afford to repair them, right? How much money are they having? They're having 63 for 16 spots. It's 15 IPC extra. I'm not going to do enough to do any real noticeable damage. Da 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 da. I really don't got anything fun for them to do. We'll just kill these guys, I guess. How many we got going here? We got 6 planes there. We got 5 going up there. Sure, why not? Let's just go with it. And I mean, I'm sounding bitter because I am bitter. I just those bombing raids really drove me nuts. That India raid really drove me nuts. And to put this much time into a game, just are you flipping kidding me? Hit them both. Come on, just hit them both. Why don't you? I mean, those are the type of dice that you don't really notice because they don't really matter. But I mean, come on, 6 fighters and 3 infantry in 1 hit. Oh, I could put them up here. That's better. Come on. Hey, not all you guys. It should be an empty one. Empty one. You gotta go back that way. I mean, I know he's going for landing his bombers in here, so then he can set and threaten C Zone 1 as well as threaten 10 and 3 with all these guys. I mean, that's what he wants. He wants to land his bombers there so he can sneak up behind me and take me that way. We're just going to move all our guys into one, put our eggs in one basket and let him take a shot at it. If he wants to take 3 bombers versus my 4, oh well. Let him take a shot at it. Just going to let him know I don't care. If he wants to move those there, you can move them there. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got 56, 60, 11. I didn't check these at all. I think I had like a big advantage here though, I feel like. Yeah, let's even take one of these. Let's say an extra fighter up to C Zone 3. I'm gonna at least give everything a shot here. So I should have 3 fighters going up there. Yeah, let's do that. I hadn't sent the one. I could have sent one down there to have been extra careful. I wasn't even thinking about all that. So I give for not, like I said, I didn't really sit down and prep this because it's really just going poorly right now. Da, 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 da. 52, 6. It's gonna be 3. 48, 54, 52. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna attack anything. I think we're just gonna back up. Let's see here. Anything else? 5, 7. We got 6, 13 to hit him. If he brings in 16 units. Whatever. It looks good. Whatever. Dice gods, come save me. That's all I can say. Alright, there we go. That's the end of that turn. Alright, so we start to see the numbers piling up, and it is looking kind of bleak for me right now. I ain't gonna lie. I was feeling pretty good, like, 3 turns ago, I was like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good, and then 2 times, like, last time I was like, it's amazing how quickly you kind of start to see the writing on the wall, and unfortunately, we're just not gonna have enough oomph to crack this. I mean, he's still got this in reserve, 30 sitting in reserve, and I still can't crack that, let alone, and all these guys still sitting over there. So he moves up, pull these in. I mean, he's got a while till I crack him. Meanwhile, I'm going to give him 58% chance odds on Moscow this turn and hope, he blows it. Or I'm also going to put 3 AAs on Caucasus, so if he sends his 9 planes I can hit there with these 4 guys, maybe I get 9 AA hits. I feel like I'm due, overdue. But anyways, it's really not looking good. I'm going to keep playing it out. Like I said, I've played too many rounds in this game not to see this out at least to the main battles, and hope the dice gods give me a 0.1% result in defensively in Moscow or something. So, in any case, uh, in case you missed it, the previous Japan turn, he bombed UK again with no losses. So that was, there you go, 8 IPC damage done. No bombers lost, of course not. So rolling right on along. Here we go again. I don't think his German bombers, they just went and attacked. So the good thing is he sent 2 infantry attacks to Ukraine and Poland, and he killed the units, but he didn't take either of them. So that's a little positive. I mean, that was definitely some pretty good dice on our behalf, because he sent 3 bombers and 2 fighters at him. So, I mean, that's good. I think I had 2 at each, I had 2 infantry at each one. So I'll take the little positives, I suppose. I'm going to dump some UK men in here. I'd rather Germany trading down on UK men and let the US slowly build up, but I do need to send some guys trickling back into into Moscow, because I'm giving him 58%, and yet he's got 12 units coming next turn, and he could fly some fighters back, and he could build some bombers, and he could, yeah. Anyways, you get the picture. So we did repairs, and we built six infantry, because that's what we can do. I am looking at, the possibility of getting my fleets untangled with his turn orders, and maybe being able to get a France hit going. It'll largely depend where he ends up leaving his Air Force, Japan Air Force, after Japan's turn. But in order for it to happen, one of my UK fighters needs to end up over here, for that to be a possibility, as well as to get it down to 58%, I'm going to have to kill this guy, which I was planning on going ahead doing a hit, and the tank staying in Moscow, not blitzing the tank all the way through. I was planning on doing a hit on him anyways. As we talked about before, their average gain is 3.3 kill, where the average gain by the air attacking is a 3, so there's a positive 0.3, but I'm also going to save the 1 here, so especially in a game where I'm behind, it's worth the risk. If I can kill him and land 6 of these fighters here, then I can move the other one up to C Zone 3, which will help me untangle my fleets some. So that's really the plan. I think that's all that UK is going to be able to do now that I look at it. I really have no other battles because I've got nothing to trade here, and I can't blitz him through with fighters because I need the fighters over here. I can't send all 7 because then the last one wouldn't be able to go to season 3. So, but 6 fighters should be able to hit that 1 infantry, and we will hope for no hit back. And peeking around, I got nothing else. Yep. And of course he hit. So that means I can't send the 1 fighter up there, which means even no matter what he does, I'm not going to be able to untangle my fleets up there. Unfortunately. So we continue to fight that. He's sending 5 at a time. I mean, 1 for 1 is good for me. I was gonna like overstack, but I mean he can crush me. It would have been nice if I could have not gotten hit. But, you know, it seems to be my luck lately. When I start falling behind, everything I try for little gains, I don't get it. I don't get that luck I need. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm playing down odds, but sure would be nice just to get that little bit of luck. All right, yeah, I think that's all I got. Good news here is, you know, he could send. I mean, he can send his bomber, and he can kill my dude here, but he sends a transport. My bomber can kill his transport off. So, and I want to make him send his bomber this way, so I'm gonna leave my guy up there. All right, whatever. Moving on. I need to speed this up and get my next game going. I was hoping to have a chance to get enough games in, try to crack into the top 10 allies, but this loss is going to set me back, and I just don't get enough games in to be able to take a loss and still make it up there. So, all right, end of this turn. All right. All right. So here we head on into wrapping up round 21. I know I've been a little bit on the disappointed and I don't want to say depressed because I'm not going to be depressed over a game, but frustrated, sad. I don't know what the word is, but in any case, after the U.S. turn, I'll pause the video, pull up my spreadsheet so you can see where that's sitting at. Now, obviously, I don't expect it to look great, but we're going to do everything we can. I've been calculating what is it going to take to get the most that I can land on here the moment he triggers Air Force and these back guys. That's when I know, okay, we need to protect here. He did build a destroyer and a fighter down here, so and another or transport. So those were, 3 units that he bought. Well, 2 of the units. I mean, the fighter will get in there. We'll get to the battle, but the destroyer and the transport, it's 15 units at least, 15 IPC at least going to pieces that doesn't go in there. I mean, that's one thing he's built 4, 5, 8 transports. I think I sunk one in there, so 9 transports, something like that. So he's spending a good amount of money in the transport, but you can see what he's getting ready to set up. He's setting up a shuck from India to Egypt, Egypt to Italy, Italy to Germany. So he's still going to start feeding Berlin infantry this route as well. Is what it looks like his plan is. In addition to, they're either going to go to Egypt or they're going to go here and trade off here. Really, he realizes he's kind of got my C zone's dead zoned over here. So um, it's an expensive shuck. If I was him, I would have saved the transports, kept them, not bought so many transports, and just bought extra Air Force fighters, and then just been flying the Air Force continually in here. Granted, he's already got a huge Air Force, right? He's got no bomber shot down, so right there he's got 6 bombers sitting along there. He's got 4 fighters down here, 5 fighters up here, a fighter over here, here a fighter, there a fighter, everywhere a fighter. So I don't know. The only thing I can say is him buying a destroyer and a transport here, him trying to get a shuck here. That means that's a few units less coming up through the gut here, and every little bit of relief that buys me one more turn is ultimately, I think, a positive for me. I don't know. At the same point, Axis has the money advantage, so if he can just stall things out, that's going to be to his advantage as well. So I think that's kind of what he's playing at. But we're going to go ahead and take France with U.S. We're going to do a little bit of a risk with the transports, the Navy battles and the turn order between our 2 sea zones and his airplanes here. But we're going to put 4 fighters here, and then we're also going to have a couple bombers in range of Sea Zone 15 so that, push him out of there or make him have to expend more this way, and then who knows what we do over here. I am going to build a sub as well, so that I'm going to have 2 subs in this bomber. Puts it 50-50 odds, because that's the only reason I think that he could build the extras in here. Why he built the fighter as well is because he still wants to come dump onto Alaska. So I'm going to pull him back, have 2 subs and a bomber versus his carrier destroyer fighter. So if he wants to do it, then we'll risk it. Meanwhile, I'll move these guys up and get ready to take Alaska if he doesn't do it. So yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna, whoops, there's that. But this is what I was looking for. So those were his purchases. You'll never guess what he did. He bombed Russia and UK and let's see, 4 bombers he sent. So yeah, imagine that. A few more bombers hit without any getting shot down. Woohoo! So yeah. Anyways, he moved his stack to Kazakh. He's going to be able to move into Caucasus next turn. I can't dead zone him. There's nothing I can do about it. He's going to have that factory next turn for Japan as well. And that's when things are going to start speeding up. So I don't expect to be going past the mid-20s here. So I need to start just thinking about getting everything I can, this direction. So we're buying 11 infantry, 1 sub. So we're going to have a battleship and 2 carriers down here. 2 loaded carriers for US. That's going to give me 7 boats here to match his 7 that can hit there. His other bombers are too far away at the moment and fighters too far away. He could hit with Germany, but if he hits in with Germany, then I can bring in some UK and build UK to prevent then second follow-up. And I should have enough still up here that even if he took the bombers and wiped out the destroyer carrier, that I think we'll have enough up here to protect the UK transports as we fly 1 UK fighter up into there. So we'll see. Hopefully we calculated all that okay. Want to make him keep thinking about this at least. And the cool thing about this is at least I thought he'd move his whole stack in there and challenge me. But now I get to get a free wipe, land the bombers here, and I don't have to worry about running them back. I was a little concerned if you put this whole stack here, I was going to send everything, send my bombers, have to land the bombers there with no other ground, and then he'd have like his little fighter or his bombers up here, excuse me, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that, and just kill my bombers cheaply. But now I get to land them with backing, ground backing them, so then next turn I can fly them back up. And we got to, because he shifted around here, did all his different shifting, and moved those 30 units back there for at least for a turn. We don't need all our fighters there, so that's why we're able to send the fighters out to the fleets, send the fighters over to here. We got enough ground kind of coming in that we're okay there right now. I think that's all my attacks this turn. Yay. Glad I sent everything. Sometimes it feels like overkill, but it's like, you know what? We saw 8 fighters miss, so hey. There we go. Of course you got to hit back. Why wouldn't you get to hit back? Sure would be nice to have some couple Russian tanks right now. Might be a little too soon even for myself. Alright, yeah, you guys are gonna land there. So we got 10 shots at 12. He'll maybe lose 1, 11. So, I'll take that. I won't let the bombers get shot down, but I'll take what I can on the risk there. Let's check, but I believe I can pull them back this way. I don't really need to, though. I am going to take a pair of them, though, out. And that's just because, again, as I cycle some infantry, and I like to use the U.S. to try to do the trading now, just as minimally as I need to, but conserve, preserve my Russians and not have to use the infantry artillery attacks since I lost my fighters and my tanks already. Boo-hoo. All right. Now, this guy, what do I want to do? I am leaving the destroyer cruiser exposed. If he wants to do his 3 bombers, he's shown the audacity to attack a destroyer just sitting there before, so he may. But there's no I'm not going to leave any transports for him. This transport, I can move him on up and help just get those extra couple units going back and forth up this way. Or it could bring him down here to South Africa, right? Drop him here, and then that gives me an extra 2 punch in case he takes that cleanly. I'd be sacrificing it. Is that worth it? Does me bringing them down here for a turn, does that maybe make him bring a few more units down to Africa? Just try to stall them out, and then I can move them, pop them back up and over. I don't know. I'm going to think on that a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and put my computations into the spreadsheet. Might as well do that while I think about, do I want to go ahead and send them up north, or do I want to send down one more transport down here to Africa that ultimately likely would be a sacrifice because he's got all his air floating around, and these bombers that can clean up the coast. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and move him down here. Just out of range of the bombers, but close enough to where um, we can make a strike here. Coming down here 21, then 22, 23, 24 is the earliest he can be in Berlin. If he has to go 22, 23, 24, 25, possibly to Berlin. But I don't know that 2 infantry is going to make that big of a deal in that Berlin battle, to be perfectly honest. Either I'm going to get really lucky dice or I'm going to lose. So 2 infantry, mark my words, and when I do the battle, if that ends up being the case. But I can't imagine this going beyond 24, 25. I got a feeling that's what we're probably going to be looking at. So, best case, 22, he's going to build 23 is his attack on Moscow right now. So 23 is the absolute earliest, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it on 23 quite yet either. So I lied. It'd be maybe in the upper 20s. And so if he takes this on 23 at worst case scenario, that gives me to around 25 basically to take Berlin. So coming down here, we can buy some time and do some stuff. The other thing I was thinking about, since he's so bomber happy, I don't need to build any Russians this turn to keep Moscow stacked. So I think I'm just going to not repair. And that way, if he continues to bomb, he continues to bomb, but he can only bomb but so much. He's not going to have a lot for his infantry to attack. I'm going to have 1 infantry sitting here because I am going to go ahead and take Vologda. But otherwise, he's not going to have much else for the Japan to do, so I fully expect him to bomb. So why give him big fresh targets? Let's just give him beaten down targets. Oh, did I move everybody? Yeah, it looks like I got everybody moved. Give him a second sub to think about. End up being 1 unit short for these guys, right? Coming back, we got 9 instead of 10, but, oh, I forgot about him too. Okay, so we're 3 units short. Whatever. This guy might be in a tough situation. He may have to go up this way anyways and then over, because 10 probably is going to be dead zone still. So 1 short. We'll stick with 1 short. Okay. We'll mobilize them. And so here is our updated look at how things stand now. So interestingly enough, round 19 is where we peaked on unit count, and I actually, round 20, caught up a few units. But the scary part here is this, that attack strength, defense strength's getting really high compared to the starting, compared to anything. That's starting to really kind of get cranked up there. And if I look at it, it's a lot of that is in his army, right? That's the differences in his army. And that's the scary part. Air Force, He's got the higher attack, I got the higher defense. Fleet, I got the better fleets, but what does the fleet matter really? So definitely his advantage. Of course, he has now done 29 runs for 99 damage and no bombers lost on that tracker. Again, one of the interesting things, I do find this rather quite interesting. If I look at the total number of casualties he's had, the number of hits that he's had is he's lost 326 units. I have lost 324 units. So in this entire game, as far as kills, I've killed 2 more units of his than he has of me. So that's pretty cool. He just has a little bit more builds because of this difference, to be perfectly honest. So he has, not counting repairs, 514 plus 2 factories, and I've built 503 plus 1 factory. So he's got 11 more units he's built than me, which I guess that adds up to that 9 difference, right? He's built 11 more, lost 2 more. So that's the positive 9 gain. But, considering he's got that difference there, that would explain it. So there's where we stand. Like I said, I think we're just not... I suppose I could build in a couple guys in Karelia, right? They're not going to get killed, so why not? We'll just build those 2 guys in Karelia, save money for future turn. I'm not going to do any Oh, yes I am. That's combat. You know what? I lied. I think I need to leave 1 infantry, otherwise there's nothing. I got 2 AAs. He could just send 1 bomber to take out the AAs, and the AAs won't fire then. So I need to leave 1 infantry back, unfortunately, in order to save the 2 AAs. I don't know if he would catch that, but an airplane gets free shots on AAs if there's nothing else there. If there's an infantry there, the AAs will shoot back at them. So, alright. Ah, okay. I thought I forgot my fighters up here in C-Zone 3. Okay, no, they're up there. They're just hiding. Whew. Had a moment. Alright. So that's the end of our turn here. Okay, so we got a major turning point in the game. I have to report he lost a bomber. We have finally broken through their stealth technology. He did attack the cruiser destroyer there. I'm not entirely surprised. I'm not sure it's what I would have done, but I'm not entirely surprised. And he lost a bomber. So, hold on to your britches. We've decoded their stealth technology, so now bombers are just going to be falling from the sky left and right, I feel. So that's my prediction. Meanwhile, kind of what I suspect is going to happen, he's going to use a transport, make this 4 units, and he could fly his fighter and up to 4 bombers into Alaska. And then between his 4 bombers in Alaska and 2 on Northwest Europe, that's going to make C-Zone 10 really hard. Either I got to defend 4 bombers in C-Zone 1, or I have to defend 6 bombers in C-Zone 10 while still holding C-Zone 3 and the mixed, German and Japan turns, and so forth and so forth. So, yeah, whatever. It is. It is what it is. So, we did have to do some repairs, and we're going to be able to build 6 infantry again. So we got an extra UK transport as is, both this turn and next turn. Give me these guys. Oh, you know what? I didn't check my Baltic stack. Hold on. I'm going to pause the video for a moment. I need to see what I need in that Baltic. Okay, yeah, so we just need to have like 64 infantry there, and we've got 68 even after this turn, plus these guys that can move in, so we should be okay there, even if we have to use a US to finish off the Poland there. So we should be okay in that regards. Hey, having 4 fighters with nothing to do. Come on, we gotta have something we can do with them, right? Problem's attacking here, they can't land anywhere. And all these just aren't good battles. So, not really. Nothing really else I can do with them. Thought about for a moment, you know, should I use my transports to take France? But I really would need to, you know, drop in 4 infantry for his 2 for a 50-50, because I can't really use a fighter because I can't send my carrier down there. I don't know that it's necessarily worth it versus just continue to stack up my units for a potential attack. You know, losing 4 to 2 is acceptable for the defending company, I think. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna risk it. We'll just continue our shucking away. I don't know. It very well could be two transports down here, 1 over here. It leaves me only 1 transport hang out to dry if, you know, things go south. This whole turn order and the ships and navies is a bit of a headache to me, and I really don't feel like thinking about it too much. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. Just get this game rolling along. Of course he did. Why would I expect anything less? But anyways, I mean, the U.S. will take him out. I just really wanted that money to go to UK, to be honest. I am giving him a 50% shot up here on Moscow. Why not, right? Give him temptations. I'm going to continue to send the majority to help to Moscow from UK. I mean, the UK is mainly just here as a stopgap while we try to get as many US units into the play as we can, and then we'll slide over what we got left of the UK and Hail Mary when it comes time. But for right now, we'll use them as a stopgap to help out over here until we decide it's time to just pull and run. The US, like I said, I want to have a trickle over here just for trading where we can get some IPC back out of it. Every man needed. There we go. Alright, so I've been getting a little bit gloomy, so, it's a game. We're going to play the game. We're going to have fun with the game. So, I guess I could say that too because, like I said, we broke through their stealth technology, and if you look closely at the screen now, there's a lot of bombers, Japan bombers missing. He went for Sea Zone 3. And in actuality, the reality is he had an 85% chance of sinking my fleet up there with all those yummy transports, and he got a really bad dice result. So I mean, it was a pretty big turnaround. So Sea Zone 3, I lost a fighter cruiser, 2 destroyers. Uh, he lost 5 bombers and 2 fighters. He retreated 3 fighters. So a big loss there for him. Um, it does make my fleets a little bit more thinner here. On the flip side, he did not do Alaska, so I should be able to go ahead and trade that back and not have to worry about the double pinning type stuff. He moved his fleet in here, so this is a little bit of a concern. I'm a little perplexed by this. I don't know if it's a matter of he's just protecting his fleet because I have my bombers going back and forth here. I don't really know because these transports now can't shuck from India, so he's going to have a shortened India or a longer India trek now. So I don't know. I'm a little perplexed by it, just in that sense. He could be looking at trying to come out here and create chaos, with London and DC. I mean, it's a pretty big fleet here, and he has been dwindling my fleets down. I'm going to build 2 fighters in East USA. I do have to move my 1 carrier up. I'm going to keep my other one here because we're going to hit France again. He's got 2 and 2, and then 6 fighters I got to worry about. So I'm going to be doing this shuffling of stuff around, to say the least. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how all this is going to pan out. Otherwise, his other battles went fine. He took everything without any losses elsewise. But 5 bombers lost. That's hopefully a sign that he'll stop bombing too, because he'll be afraid of losing his bombers. He did build 2 bombers, so he did get those going as well. All right. So I'm going to get 7 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 units for here, 6 for those boats going out. Because of what happened, this boat can take South Africa down here now. I was going to go this way actually and create a little bit of headaches here, but with his supply chain a little damaged here, and he's got 10 units, I've got 8. If I put 2 more in, then that maybe balances it out a little bit. Plus, he can't get down here in 1 turn because his transports are up there, so he's going to have to do something there. And then we can come back that way. Or take Madagascar, or who knows what we'll do. So this transport's just going to play around down there. I thought about just doing 2 in the bomber, and that way I could bring 1 more over, so I'd have 10 guys for these 5 coming back. But I'd just rather make sure I take Alaska and not deal with that. So we're going to borrow these guys. All 4 of these guys can hit. These guys can hit. Battleship can hit. Make sure, it's overkill, but I just want to make sure we do not win that battle. But we're going to do that with 1 fighter. do still want to do this. These guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be okay no matter what we do there. I just want the money. I could have really used that 6 IPC, you know? Thank goodness he didn't get his double hit right there. Dang, Bomber missed twice. You know, one of the things I didn't think about taking into consideration is the fact that now that he's in Caucasus, that's going to dead zone West Russia for me leaking people in through. So we may need to throw enough UK in that next turn to stack it. Yeah, what's with my air? Are you kidding me with these double hitbacks? Oh my goodness. I can't watch this. I just can't watch this. I just can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I just gotta stop. I just gotta stop. Oh. I shouldn't have, well, I should have because I was looking at trying to clean out those so I could stack Arch and be able to. I was gonna say, it better let me land up there. Needed to double check my stack here real quick before I continue on. Yeah, so I think we're gonna be okay there. Did I move everybody? Yeah, it looks like we moved everybody. Alright. It was stupid. I shouldn't, I'm in a game that's even behind, I'm not against doing 2 fighters versus 1 infantry attack, which is what that last one came to. Just immediately regret it, of course, but in theory, I'm not against it. Just this time, am I against it? Did I put, you know what? I want to use my artillery on France if that comes to it again. Do you want to take, come on, give me one of these guys. Alright. I don't think I'm going to build in Corellia this time. I think we're gonna just build here. The problem with Corellia is it is kind of awkward with him here now because I can't come through West Russia. Although I'm hopefully gonna do it this time. Let's go ahead and build one extra one there. What the heck? Get the guys on the board. Alright. I cannot let him just start doing this, right? I need to cut this. I need to make him think twice before sending things that can be strafed here, so... You know how much I hate doing this, but I gotta send a message that it's not okay. And hopefully not shoot myself in the foot, because I'm good at doing that. So I'm sending it's an attack power of 29, so it should get about 5 hits. According to the calculator, there's only a 7% chance that I actually take it. He should get like, what, 2 to 3 hits back, so it should be positive for me. Love to see 6 to 7 hits here. Hoping for 5. Hoping for more than he hits back at the very least. 4. No, 2. Don't think we can do it again, right? 13 shots of 2. I should expect to get 4 hits there. I don't want to do that. I will make him pay a tax at least for crossing through there. Now my UK can make him pay more. No non-combats. Oh, second. Okay, so Germany took their turn quickly. 9 infantry, 1 artillery bot. He successfully took Poland and Ukraine, no losses in those attacks. So now we come back to here. We didn't quite have enough money that we could buy 8. So I repaired 1 so that we're going to go to 7. And because I have a little extra cash, I bought 2 artillery, and I'm hoping to get, I'm going to go ahead take France with UK this time, and hopefully get these 2 as well. So hopefully UK will have a little extra money this next turn. And since he's probably not going to be bombing with Germany, we should be in a little better state in that regards. So a repair, 5 infantry, 2 artillery. And since we're only building 7 next time, I'm just going to use 1, and since he can kill it easily, to take that guy. And we need 2 fighters, so 1, 2, 3, 4 can fly over there. That's going to leave me 6 up here for his 3 fighters and a bomber that can hit there. So we'll be okay up there. Here's where it gets a little stickier. I've got 5 planes in like 5 places I want to attack, but that doesn't make sense. We are going to spread ourselves a little bit thin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, he's still good. This one we can go here. How do I want to do all this, though, is the question. That's an 86%, and that would give me these 3 fighters that I could use down here. Again, I want to make him think twice before using this passage. I want to let him know I'm going to hit stuff here. We're going to try and take it cheaply. Yeah, so let's hope for some good dice. Hopefully we get a +10 money change this time and kill some Japan troops. Yay! Yay! More dice like that, more dice like that. Come on, fighter. I hope my other fighters do better than this fighter did. That fighter's fired. Come on, good shots. Okay, good. Dang it. Alright, well I sent, I lost 5 infantry to his 8 infantry, so... And hopefully sent him a message. Okay, I need to do some crunching. 1 on how many infantry I need to send here to stack this, and then also 2, do I need to leave a West Russia infantry to prevent his tanks from blitzing Karelia. After I move them out and they move in, I can't see why I would need to, so I shouldn't need to. So we're gonna move them over. Gonna move them in. The last thing I got to figure out is just how many of these infantry I want to move over here. So he's got 5 infantry that can hit me. He's got 3 fighters, 4 fighters, and a bomber. Can these guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, these bombers can hit too, can't they? So 3 bombers. Yikes. That might be tougher than I thought. 3 bombers, 4 fighters. Let's say we move 6 of those guys over. What's that look like? That's positive for him. Shoot, that's actually kind of dead zone still. We moved all of them over for the moment. That turns it positive to me. Still force up here he has to think about as well, since his main force is here. I'm making him think about putting units here, but he's also got to make sure to reinforce up here so I don't blast through. So hopefully we give him some things to think about. And I think we're still good up here, right? We got like 68, 77, 78, 82. He's got like 69, 72, and some planes around, so we should be good there too. Still. I'm actually pulling out the calculator. Perhaps I should be pulling out the calculator. I probably should be pulling out the calculator, shouldn't I? We're gonna go with it. I didn't check that one, but that just feels good. Alright. There we go. Oh, forgot to stop recording. Alright, so, I mean, as we're seeing, and as most of us are finding out, the Axis really is kind of playing, get get Japan units into here and just really keep the economic advantage and then slowly choke out the allies. He's not looking to set up a trade Moscow for Berlin and hope that the dice gods help me out. At least not anytime soon. So the longer we play this, the harder, the more and more unlikely the dice gods are going to be in my favor. So we're kind of in a tough spot here. So either I need to make some impact on the income game, which means I have to get units down into Africa and turn Africa around, which is going to be challenging because he's got, 4 transports here pulling from these guys that he could send down and over. Um, or we got to find somewhere else to pull money from. So one side is this soft backside of Japan. They don't want to have to come back after these guys, so that's a possibility, especially with this transport. If I come over to 21 and I'm looking at New Zealand next turn, and then back up to Hawaii and maybe some builds over here, I don't know. At least distract them. The other thing too is, maybe I need to pull something out of the wazoo. So it may become a time where what if we take our guys and we march them out this way and make him have to pull back and just pull him back and distract him. I mean, yes, I give up Moscow, which is big, but maybe I can pull his units out away from Africa and away from here enough that I can make some progress here and maybe in Africa. I'm not going to do that this turn because one thing I had yet to, if I leave Africa, I've got to watch out real quickly about the victory city because he could seal out France and then take Moscow and he'd have 9 victory cities. So I need to be in position to make sure I'm ready to take Hawaii before I do anything like that. So, and that is still, I come here in 23, set up in 24, so that 25 I can take it. So I want to make sure I don't leave any sooner than letting him take Moscow on 25. So we're going to do some different plays in the meanwhile. I'm going to set up a 7 infantry, 1 tank, 4 fighter versus his 11 guys up here. And just, again, pull units away from here. I don't know. Just try to pull units as many different ways as we can. We're going to stack Belarusia, with his guys here because that's going to be an issue. And, we're going to do a double stack of Baltic Belarusia so that, again, I don't want to start trading this one too and then not be able to trade down here into Ukraine at all. So now I probably won't be able to trade into Ukraine because he can just keep feeding into Ukraine too. So that's the plan. We're going to be setting up a quick shot on these guys, see if we can get a dice luck there. We're going to try to do a 3 for 2 trade on ground over here and start sneaking. Maybe we can distract him some over here. Basically, just see if we can get him to make a mistake. I mean, overall, he has played very solidly overall. There's been a few times that, like when he could have moved into Novo, and he didn't. So there's been times that he's done some smaller things, but overall, he's played pretty solid. And the setup of playing for the economic game as Axis is not a typical. Usually, with the whole Africa thing, just for reference, I get enough over here, distract him a pole enough, and I have enough allies to go ahead and take him. But that 100 points of damage of bombing raids is 30 some units lost, and that's why I never really could make the headway over here on Berlin. And so then that got me in trouble because I wasn't planning to try and fully contest Africa. I was just trying to slow Africa, divert units. But now I'm in a stuck position here. So, in any case, so this transport, he's going to have to come back up this way. There's nothing over here, even if I can come over here and pull my carrier back if I want to, which I probably will, and bring my transports down here. But the reality is this transport gunner here is no good because there's only 6 units anyways. So we're going to go ahead and send them up to C Zone 3 along with these 5, so that we'll have 6 transports sitting up there. That does mean we need 12 units for them next turn. So we got 2 that are going to come into here. So we need to build 10, 2 more here. That gives us 12 ground. So here's our 12 ground we're building. And I chose to save just a little bit of IPC just in case for the next round. Yeah. So we're going to cycle planes. So we got 2 planes that can come here, 2 planes that can land on my carrier here. So I can use 2 planes to help with the attacks over here. Actually, we can use a third one on this side just because we know there's no such thing as overkill in this game. We got 3 bombers we can hit down here. So again, we're going to try a 2-for-3 trade. I think that might be all my attacks. I feel like there was something else, but my brain's just not giving me anything. I think that must be it. I mean, we don't want to be doing a lot of attacks with the U.S., so that was nice. I will definitely take that. Whew. Woo! Hey, I was expecting 3 hits to be honest. All right. Well, that was a nice turn. Feel good turn. All right. Let's see. And so here's my latest on my spreadsheet for you guys. Now, it's getting kind of hard to see, but here's the end of round 23. So definitely we slipped back, but that round we did get a little bit of a game back on some. Obviously still behind, and we're still playing um, the economic game, which he is winning right now. So uh, we're hanging in there. We're fighting, trying to find a way to see if we can turn this back around as drastically as he turned it around on us. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. I forgot there was a thing that Japan did. called a bombing run. Guess what? He did 6 damage, non-shutdown. So, even though we killed some bombers in the Navy fleets, the SBRs continue to be perfect, and he now has a 105 damage without a shot down yet. All right. I gotta double check my fighters over here. I feel like I did something wrong with my fighters. They don't quite feel right. Baltic. I want 74 guys in there at the least. 74. Yeah, it's putting it kind of thin, but so be it. I gotta make things kind of thin. Come on. Come on. So we can still come back and strike here if he tries to stack it. Or we can threaten New Zealand and make him do some stuff. This is another part I was debating. Should I go ahead and move both these within striking distance where you can only hit one of them and force him to build a boat? He pulls back his destroyer there. Yeah, I gotta think on that a little bit. Because I could threaten to make him actually build a destroyer, so that will make him spend some IPC on a destroyer, so that's not a bad thing. I kind of wish I had a bomber over this way, so that if he did he'd kill one sub, I could kill the other one with my other sub. I think. If I go ahead, if I get close enough to here, I think I need to do it. So this is what I'm thinking. You know, he's gonna see this, right? And he's gonna go, all right, I need to come back to take care of that. These guys are further away. These guys are a little closer. Um, these guys could get to here, in which case they would actually be dead zoning me there, but I could come up. These guys could come down to here, and they could dead zone both here and prevent me from taking either of those. So if I can make him have to keep them back, because no one here can get back in time, that might not be a bad thing. Probably a better way to do this, but I'm gonna do this. Make him choose one. One he could kill, one he can't. And in that way, course, if he just does his destroyer carrier, assuming he wins it without me getting a hit, then he's still sitting there, right? And he's still dead zoning there. He's still dead zoning there. I want to be tricky with these guys, but I don't want to just give them up. I suppose if I keep him back, he can dead zone him, but I can go in there and have a bomber build so that if he comes in, I'll have two destroyer or two subs and a bomber versus his destroyer carrier. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep him back. I'm gonna keep him safe. Yeah, we're just gonna keep him there, I think. I mean, all reality, this guy may just probably just come right back into Africa again. Because I got 3 bombers here, I could hit South Africa again. Alright, I'm going to pause for just a second because I got to go back to the calculators. Yeah, so I forgot I had an extra fighter, so I went ahead and flew the one fighter back up here to, or left him up in C-Zone 3, so we got four fighters up here all together still. I feel a little more comfortable that way. So that was my main thing. I knew the fighters, something didn't feel right there. Oh, son of a gun, I forgot these guys. This is that I wish you could see and go back on the, because non-combat, nothing's been done yet. I could go. Stupid me, stupid me. Oh well. I'll have this guy for coming back to take France next time if I choose not to take him with UK. Look on the bright side. Okay, well, that is what it is, I guess, and we move forward. Moving on to Russia. I think I'm just not going to bother building again. You know, discourage him from too much. I've got it stacked either way, so I don't need to use him. Let's see, we got 8, 10, 11, 13. I'll have 24. No, I mean, it's going to take 32 to get up to anything. I need another 4 to make it worth it, so I don't even know that an attack is really worth it anywhere either. Yeah, no, I don't even see any attacks that I like doing. I guess I could go ahead and build my 2 up here still. Like I said, it does make it still kind of awkward, but with my plans of hitting him, should help. Make it less awkward, that is. So we'll build 2. We're not going to attack anywhere. There's not a good strafe on 2, right? I mean, I guess I could have just done a 1v1 and just see, but again, a 1-for-1 trade favors the aggressor in the end, and we're the defender in this point, so. We are going to swing an AA over here. Now, I'm doing that because I'm hoping to be optimistic. You know what? We're not even going to do that. Like I say, I'm going to be optimistic that we take out these guys with the UK, and then that would kill him, and or make him 1v2. I kind of like it. Because if I'm successful with the UK, then I can always slide an AA into there as well and make it where he'd have to do 1 infantry and a bunch of air against 2 infantry and an AA, and he may not like that idea. And again, just trying to win economics where we can. So we'll do that. And that'll be the turn. Alright, so I gotta run quick again because I'm running right up to the clock again, and I don't even know if I'm gonna make it this time. So, and I probably gonna have to pause briefly partway through. But in any case, he bought 10 infantry. Uh, Poland, France, he took both those. With just 1 infantry loss, he, as you can see, he moved his infantry and put his tank out here to stack, I guess, because he's planning on moving some more Japan in there. I don't have time to think about what I'm going to do with that. I can't do anything with it with UK, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to focus on everything else. So the interesting thing here, I'm just going to throw this out now. I got 2, 4, 8, 10 fighters, 3 bombers down here, battleship, and 9 transports that can hit Northwest Europe. The real fast numbers is if he does not put any Japan in there and I don't do anything else and I just attack with America versus what's there right now, it's an IPC positive battle for me, which may be worth the risk. That being said, I think I'm going to take a artillery. I wish I had a cruiser still. Now, you heard me right. I said I wish I had a cruiser still. Don't expect me to say it again. But I'm going to take an artillery infantry shot at seeing if maybe he has AA to die first. Because if he does, that'll help me for when these move into Berlin regardless. And it'll be harder to do that because of the whole mixed fleets and the air and blah, 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 blah. So we're going to take a little shot at it right now. Just an infantry artillery shot because I'm going to let US take France this turn. We are going to build up to our 8 spots, putting 5 and 3, but we're going to save 6 IPC for our presumed drained money that's coming again, especially since we're not going to take France with the UK this turn. So that's the plan. We are going to take a shot up here at Japan as well. The reality is the first several rounds of this is exactly a toss-up, 50-50 toss-up. The whole thing together, because we end with air versus them ground, is like a 43% chance I conquer it, but at a 3 IPC loss. To me, that's worth giving it a roll the first time or two to see if we can get a better roll and then follow all the way through with it. Again, if we can kill these, that makes him taking this a little less likely, as I can move an AA in there. And, just trying to win IPC where we can. Plus, he's got 32 IPC in the risk here. If we do win this is 27 that we're throwing between our tanks and infantry. So that's a +5, plus the 1 is 6, plus maybe a kill here. We're taking it back, would be a 7. So it's an IPC positive thing for us if we have a dice roll go well. Like I said, I was going to come down here to Morocco this turn. But because I don't think he realized my bombers are in reach, or that these 2 fighters can reach, because I've got enough movements around, because these 2 can go 1, 2, 3, land on a plane, on a carrier. These 2 go 1, 2, 3, land on a carrier. That's 4 that need carrier landings. We got 3 carriers. These 4 are in 2. Those 2 are in 2. So I don't know if he recognized all that. So, or maybe he's willing to take that risk. Maybe he's willing because it's going to throw off my logistics because I'm going to have to pull all these infantry back down instead of filtering them through. I don't know. A lot of maybes. We'll see what we do. But we're moving right along. Combat, combat. Oh, you know what? We're going to take a shot at that. I have not looked at what I need to have in there to hold that. We'll figure that out on US's turn, I guess. Ah, unlikely. Implausible. Unlikely. So this is an equal attack power or defense power. I just got one more unit than him, but I'm risking air to do it. So here we go. So as long as we can kill more units than hit more units than he does in the first round or two, we can go for it. If not, well, then we're just in trouble. Come on, get a hit. Yeah, I just want to hit. Ugh. Yeah, just get the hits. Come on, we know you're going to kill him. Dang it. Just hoping for a little bit of luck there. I want to see what his defensive profile is. Oh, that was a waste. Should have went to Africa. Ugh. That's not going to help my case. No, that definitely is not going to help my case. Oh, I didn't mean to hit again. Dang it. That's what I get for rushing. Oh, that one hurt really bad. I think we're done. We are screwed. Oh, I hate rushing. This is why I do not like ranked games. So just pull him back in because we're all screwed there. Yeah, that was very bad. Well, especially hitting my second time. I did not mean to hit a second time of continue. That was just luck, bad luck. Everything else is just bad luck. And, oh, shoot. Did we make it? I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't know. Come on. I really hate ranked. I think this is definitely. I was trying to hope to make a run, a top 20, top 10 run, but I don't have the time to play ranked enough, and this game is going to set me back too far to come back, and I just don't like ranked. I don't the time constraint. Any future games, I'm just gonna have to play off of the league games, which are awesome games, and I can get a forgiveness every so often on these clocks. So, all right, well, that wasn't a great round, so oh well. Moving on. Crud, I'm really don't think I'm gonna make it this time. I have a huge work project tomorrow. I'm doing a presentation to my clinic leaders for all day, 8 hours. I've been prepping all day, and now the timer is going to expire on me before I can do this. I have not even looked at this. I've not prepped this. I have absolutely no chance of doing this in time. Ah, crap. All right. Let's see. He's got like 103. Oh, crap. I can't do that in my head. Ah, geez. This whole Europe thing's going to crank my head right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Where's this other bombers? There's a bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can make it. So we got 7 bombers, 7 planes. Fight Japan. These dudes, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't make it. So we got 7. We've got 6 up there. UK moves to 4, 7. Mamma mia. I really wanted to come back here. He's creeping there. He's creeping there. US moves. Germany has 4. We got 3. We can go ahead and risk that, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Subs can't get back in time. Germany doesn't hit them. Okay, can come down here. Alright, so I hadn't got a chance to look at this at all. My fast thought was I am just going to try to counter and push back in Africa, see if we can get any income coming back. Maybe look at something going on over this way and creating headaches over this way, but of course he is challenging that too. So, alright. We got 6 transports living. We got those 6 coming back, or 5, 10. We can't do anything about France if we're going to pull out, right? We're going to pull out, so we can't do anything there. So, da-da-da-da-da. 4, 7, man. No, we're just gonna do something stupid. Cause I don't even think I'm not gonna have time to get this in. Crap. Mamma mia. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that do it. 2. We don't need to do that this turn. Just do another sub for right now. Through Germany. I need more time to think on this. Crap. 72, 14, 1. Alright, so he is threatening 7, 10, 18, 19. We've got like 14, 16 there. Through, pump people through. So we're gonna move them over. Down. What I need. Oh, what do I always say? You just can't have too many people. I don't know what I'm doing. God, I hate work sometimes. That's just gonna have to be whatever it is. There, we have nothing that can squeeze through there. Can squeeze that way. 2, 3, 4 the fighters. These fighters can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So he's got 1, 4 fighters. It's all Japan, right? So we're gonna have 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 will be alright. Let's just go. Nice. Of course. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I think my time's already up. I think I already lost my time anyways. Shoot. What do I need over here? What are we building? What do we got? We do got a damaged. So we're putting 4 in. That would give me 69, 78. He's got 60, 71 for, 100 planes. So I need them there. We're just gonna put them there. More guys down that way for the moment. That looks like I lost. Alright, well, it was a losing game anyways at this point, so Lone Shark he played it well. I'll do a summary. I'm gonna get off. I gotta finish my work, and then I'll come back and do a summary and finish this up. All right. I'm doing just a quick recap on this game and kind of how it went through and where I was going with it at least my plan at the very least. But obviously, this game, for those that were following it, it started with the round one Ukraine, where we had to retreat. He still had his artillery, his tanks, his bomber, his fighter, still sitting in Ukraine. And then he built a G1 carrier. So, I mean, basically, he had a G1 carrier and bomber um, start, which made things really rough in the beginning. I still feel the carrier was a mistake. I think he would have been better off dropping tanks and rushing me with that bad of a start. Um, but he went that route. I think I contained the carrier fine. He didn't get any really good extra advantage from it. We've killed it. But again, that start just snowballed, and we were able to kind of pull back and pull back and pull back in, but it meant just didn't have the units where I could continue to hold India. I fought India for a long time and held it off, um, and traded it for a while, and I felt pretty good about how I handled that situation. I was satisfied with that. But then these strategic bombing raids were just pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding, and he never did lose a bomber to a strategic bombing raid. And the 109 or whatever damage it was throughout the game just was punishing. And I where my mistake came in is probably around 17-ish. I didn't actually go back and count the rounds, but I'm just going to say as a round then, I should have recognized that he was not going to go to that point of giving me a chance to have a dice battle where um, the dice gods saved me in Moscow or Berlin, and I get a top 10% result in one of those. That's when he came in and he brought his fleet in here and dropped his infantry and moved them on up. And even before then, I should have identified that he was going to the economy game where he was going to hold things. And I did kind of notice it, and so the the third main factor in this was that India attack, which really had good odds. And if I had taken India, I would have cut off his flow. He would have pulled back, and I was going to come back in with U.S. and work on pushing back and then meeting him more closer to Egypt and fighting this route. Um, so that really hurt. And then, like I said, then I was kind of going, let's get the miracle dice. But give credit to Loan Shark where it's due. He did a great job of mixing up the boats and the turn orders on me, and I was kind of fighting that while trying to get some good movements with my navies. He did a great job of really pinning me down there. Um, but my play, at this point, what my plan prior to this round when I was trying to just make a turn so I didn't time out, and I just not good at it. What I was in my mind, what I was planning on starting to do this turn was pull back the allies, come back, and between U.S. and Russia, push Japan back up a little bit. That means I was going to let Germany out of the box, but I'd rather Germany start to regrow, and then meanwhile, I was going to start working pressing um, Africa and even starting to play some games over here in the Pacific a little bit more. Like I was just kind of teasing to see what his response would be, when I put the transports over here. I did goof the first transport. That was a goof by me, but that not recognizing the bomber could hit it. But anyways, that was my plan. It was probably too late, to be perfectly honest, for it to be successful. But I was going to see if we could drive this into a 50-60 round game, basically, and then turn the economy game back around against them, and then, eventually press back. That was pretty much my only chance because he wasn't going to give me a dice shot. So, so a good job on Loan Shark recognizing, he had the advantage and might as well just choke it out. I made in the comments at one time, I see this strategy come where, Japan, they push to get India and then into Africa and whatnot. And I will say 95% of the time, as long as I just put a little bit of battle here and then just focus the results up here, I can take Berlin and then come back and address the Africa situation and create a front line. I just didn't recognize how much the bombing raids had really taken out of me until I was too stalled. So, great game by Lone Shark. I gotta give him credit where it's due. He played pretty solid. There's only a few little things I would have done differently, like the G1 carrier. I'm not a big fan of that, and I think he could have made a little bit more of an advanced move with Japan. Um, but otherwise, he played a very solid game, and he knew what his goal was, and he played to it. So, all right. I've already started the next game, and I've already started goofing it up. So we'll see if we can save that up. Probably gonna be my last game of the season because I know the season's coming around in February, so I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get much further. All right, and that's the end of game number 9.